A boy who is 19 years old doing his assignments with a poker face. He is wearing a specs and his perfectly combed hair. He trunk t-shirt with his grey pants looking like a typical nerd. Yes, he is a nerd. He is now sitting in the college library. He is in first year business major. Yes, he study alone because he didn't have any friends as he whole college think he is nerd and don't want to be friends with him, and he didn't care about it also. After few hours studying, he packed his books and left from there. As he was walking in corridor, he saw few seniors ragging everyone who crossed them. He looked down and tried to cross them quickly as the hallway was empty. Only few of them is there, but he didn't notice one of the senior kept his leg in his way, make him trip and fall on the floor. His glasses get broken because of heavy force. One of the senior Mark bent down to his level and laughed at him. He gripped the boy here, who have no expressions, make Mark's eye fade away. Mark gulped a little because of those piercing eyes as Mark cleared his throat and stood and left his because he knows all what will happen. But Jay come in front and said, Jay, hey buddy, why did you left him? Come on, beat him. Look at him, avoided. Jay tried to kick the boy. Everyone gasped because Jay fell on the floor with a broken leg and screamed loudly. That boy's single punch on the leg made Jay leg broke. Mark and his gang widened their eyes and gasped. They lift Jay. They can't even able to saw those piercing eyes and the way that boy punched him. They all had a goosebumps. They all jumped in fear. After seeing the boy angry face, he may be a typical head, but he is the one who can't be messed. With him. He is Jungkook. That's how Jungkook become the most introverted nerd and don't mess with him. No one approach him as all say the video of now Jungkook hit the senior. No one can bully him. He is silent and calm until anyone trigger him. He get few proposals from his bravery action, but he bitterly reject them and because of the most hated person of the university. What did he care now? His father in Kim Jun Namjoon and mother Kim Suk Nijin. Both are famous lawyers and very busy in their work. They don't even have time to spend with the nerd. He don't have any siblings too. He is a single child for his parents. He loved his life all alone and without any affection of care. He didn't feel parents love or care of them. Their parents too busy in their work that they don't forget they have one son also. He is literally raised by a maid, so he don't give any fuck to his parents who try to talk with him sweetly. He is a lonely boy and he don't want to anyone come to his personal space and not ready to let anyone in his own comfortable bubble. Kim mentioned a man in threat sitting in his home room office, his surroundings filled with files and few pen drives and many model buildings images. He is wearing a specs and he is shirtless. His upper body filled with different dragon tattoo and his hair trying to ponytail. His bulky chest can make anyone tempt to touch it for once. His dark blue ocean eyes looking stunning and can make anyone mesmerized, but those blank face make him look like Greek god. He is untouchable. In the one word you can call him most powerful man. His eyes moving slowly and reading the files beside him. There is a lot of cigarette and empty. Beer bottles. He is Kim Taehyung, a fine bachelor and the owner of CEO of Kim Taehyung is very strict when it comes to his work. He is workaholic. He loves his work a lot. He is an architect. If we need a simple word to describe him, then it's arrogant. Everyone wants his partnership, but he didn't give any of those. And the main thing is he didn't see any partiality when it comes to beating others. If anyone tried to approach him, he even it's girl or boy with end up his hospital for more months, so no one near him asking for any marriage proposals in this whole world. He only respect his grandmother Mr. Kim as he loved her so much. His parents are Kim and Jian, who didn't enter in his life because they all didn't have any good relationship with him because of his nature, which his family didn't like it and he didn't even care about them. His big brother in Kim Suga and his brother-in-law Kim Hobby both are business tycoons. Yeah, not more than him. He have a second brother who is twin of Suga is Yoongi, who is music producer and CEO of music industry, and he is married to Jimin, who is house husband. They both have two children, Sobin and Boomyu. 10 years old, and they both are twins. Taehyung had their accidents, so he didn't want them to even near him. He only allowed Mr. Kim in his house. That too, that lady have a sharp tongue sometimes and trigger Taehyung a lot. But the respect towards her make him stop and do not try to do anything with her and his family also. But it doesn't mean he will sit quietly if they try to do something which he didn't like. Kim Tae-hyung is 35 years old and his parents once tried to talk him about his marriage. That's the worst day for Kim's. Tae-hyung tried to punch Suga, so Yoongi get angry and try to hit T, who is black belt in Taekwon and a boxing champion, and mainly he is underground fighter. In a second, T broke Yoongi's jaw. That incident happened 10 years ago. That's the last day he saw them. Yes, he leave his home forever after knowing this value in his home, who didn't even saw him as their son and brother, and he also didn't want to stay with them anymore, so he left his home forever. Only Mr. Kim visit him time to time. In simple words, Kim Tae-hyung is best in human body. No one can tame him and no one can order him and no one can control him. He is simply a kind of king of his own jungle. Taming a beast is not simple. What if two beasts fought tied together? Who will tame who? Who is break their own bottle first? Only destiny knows their answers. Let's see what this man is doing. Tihan took a puff and removed his glasses. He stood up and went near the balcony. His eyes roam around the place, view from the through the cigarette near him. He looked at the moon which shining brightly. His thoughts cut when a loud ring echoed in the mansion and he asked who he is only living in the mansion. No maids. They will come once in a week to clean, and he didn't like someone enter his privacy. He didn't like anyone come from him. But his attention turned to his phone and he lifted the call. It's Mr. Kim. He knows his grandmother going say something which he will not like even a bit. Mr. Kim, Mrs. Kim. However, the Hungty can sense the weakness in the voice, make him say, "Baby, hear you." There, T. How is your health, grandmother? There is a deep silence. He can feel his grandmother pain. Mrs. Kim, I am in Shoal Hospital, baby dear. T went towards his clipboard and cut the call. He wears his shirt and then black jacket. He took his bike keys as he didn't remember where he kept the car keys. So he speed up to his hospital and parked his bike. He went to the reception and asked details about Mrs. Kim. The girl stunned to see the great Kim Tae-hyung holding smoking hot. The reception girl would make tea get irritated. That girl told the room number and asked his number with a slutty voice. Rick, you know handsome, if you want to we can have some fun with you. Say, I I know you can't resist my beauty, so come give me your number. T poked his tongue and ready to leave, but girl hold his hands. That's it. It's the biggest mistake she done in her life. In the next moment she banged her head on the table, make her scream. His forehead got a deep cut and started to bleed. Everyone gasped and tried to help the girl while he just looked at her with cold eyes, and he left too. The room he knows soon cops will come to him, but he didn't care about it. It's VIP room. He entered incidents of whole Jian and Kim's two present here. Once Mrs. Kim saved Jin and Cookie life, so they are grateful to Mrs. Kim and they are friends with Kim's also. Namjoon eyes landed on the Taehyung who came inside with a blank look. Taehyung looked at Cookie and Cookie also did his own about his man ruthless behavior towards others and the way media portrayed him as arrogant and the way he man didn't give any fuck. He just look at Cookie with unknown eyes as the bunny also look at him for few seconds and look away. As he knows that he is the topmost businessman in Korea, Yoongi first his hands while Jimin pat his back, climbing him. While Saga and Hobie look at T with unknown eyes. It's been 10 years they saw him properly. They try to talk with him, they can't, they only have a chance to meet him in any business meeting. That's it. Kim and Jia tried to say something. Who didn't even look at them. Young Sun Sobin and Bogum look at T with young eyes. They know he is their uncle, but they didn't have courage to talk with him. T sit beside Mrs. Kim, who slowly opened her eyes. She smiled weakly and held T in hand, who wipes her tears. Jia bites his cheek to stop crying. She wanted his son back, but she couldn't able to say anything because she knew he didn't like her. She also wanted to his son hands, but fate makes them apart. Kim kiss Jia forehead and shoot his head, like telling him don't cry. While youngest coughed at tea which has here, but he didn't give any about him. What is so special about this, Mrs. Kim? Who will you find fulfill my last wish? Taehyung, Mr. Kim asked with tears and a weak voice as she wants tea to settle in. His left tea closed his eyes and gritted his teeth. This is what he hated the most, their emotional blackmail. Please, Taehyung, please. Mrs. Kim, big T whose I nodded. Meet the Mr. Young, he is the one going to marry Jeon Jungkook. Mr. Kim said with a smile, but Jungkook breathed stuck. What the heck? He looked at his parents who gave a sorry look at Cookie who felt betrayed. He again looked at him. He didn't even lift his head. His face didn't have any emotions. There is a huge gap between him. 16 years age gap and Jungkook is studying why his parents is much cruel just because they felt grateful to Mr. Kim. They are ready to throw him. How his parents didn't even ask about his opinion and agree for this marriage. Closed his eyes tightly. He didn't want to lash out on his parents in front of others, and his eyes landed on Jungkook, who have angry face. Obviously, he is elder than his bunny, and he can see the hate in his eyes. Of course, he will hate. Why not? They both not even match each other. JK, come out. I need to talk with you. Cookie didn't give any respect to Taehyung, who is older than him, while Kim's club tag T didn't like anyone other him. T looked at Cookie, who is glaring at his parents. What come? I need to talk. Cookie groaned at annoyance when Taehyung just blankly stared at him. Him shrink. I want to talk with you, Kim. Taehyung, Mrs. Kim. TBB, calm me down. Please, bear. Cookie rolled his eyes and went out everything. Eyeing Taehyung, who and look at Namjoon lost him. He stood up while removing his jacket on the bed near Mrs. Kim, who tried to hold T hand, who followed. Cookie with unknown eyes. As soon as they both reached the top of the hung pay, Cookie on the wall and hold his both hands above his head and strain single hand with a dog gaze. Cookie never feared for anyone, but this man make him scared, but he didn't show up his face. He trapped him by his body and hold his cheeks harshly with a free hand. Cookie can't even hurt his hold in the neck. This man is so strong. Cookie knows it is strong muscles and the cigarette mixed his eyes showing fire where T eyes was dark. See, mister, I didn't like to marry anyone, say so. So say them you don't want to marry me, said with cold voice. T, don't do you dare to order me kid in my whole life. No one, I said, no one look at me like this, you know. He said with his raspy and dark voice. Make Cookie shiver, but he controlled not to give up in front of his man there. Breathe hitting on each other, their eyes see the others. The aura these two giving made anyone feel dizzy. Cookie scoffed when T called him kid. T left Cookie who felt pain around his waist. T took out cigarette and from his pants pocket and started to smoke while Cookie looked at T for a while, but get interrupted when he to spoke. What do you want to talk? Just get into the main point. They both facing the city view. Jake, I didn't want to marry anyone, just reject me. Cookie talked with his deep voice, tried to dominate, but others who took a deep of I am saying something, mister. Are you deaf or what? T, I didn't want to, T said blankly, then throw the cigarette, make Cookie roll his eyes. I didn't want to cancel this marriage, kid. Cookie get angry after hearing T words he didn't like. How T called him kid again. Again and again he said, JK, you being selfish, I know you don't reject me. Because your grandmother will see another person again, and am I right? Cookie get his teeth white and asked, Spring, you bastard, before he completely told. Cheeks harshly make Cookie glare at him. Leave me, you stupid thing, before you open your pretty mouth. Kid, he pushed Cookie a little and ready to walk away, but stopped. JK, I will make you life hell, Mr. Kim. T walked near Cookie and lifted his chin with his fingers as Cookie is smaller than T, and their eyes met. Just cancel this marriage, or else you will know what the real hell. But T, just look at him. T, mess with me. Try as much as you want, my dear little bunny. Cookie, young T fingers who shrink and left JK. This cunning bastard. Cookie punched the wall in the anger with red eyes. I will kill him for sure if he didn't something. Cookie locked himself in the room. He didn't let his tears come out because he doesn't want to show how he said how easily his parents sold him in the name of grateful to Mrs. Kim. What about his life? What about his liking? And what about him? He bit his cheeks as he don't know where it will end. He held a knock. Jin came inside holding banana milkshake. Make Cookie instantly scoff as Jin pat his head, who didn't even react. Just said silently, Jin, I know, baby, you're still a kid, but you can't reject the proposal when Mrs. Kim pleased us. If she didn't saved me that day, you and me died that day. In accident, baby, so we are debating his please try to understand us. Jin stopped when Cookie showed his hands to stop and pointed the door. Make Jin trade up. Jin left from there. Make Cookie closed. His eyes and took a deep breath. He is thinking about going from this house is best because his parents may sold him to anyone in the name of the grateful. So it's better to be with that arrogant man with his parents. He can say Taehyung is not only interested in his marriage, so it's easy for him to be himself without any disturbance. So it's called marriage life. Only he know the truth. The day after Taekook first meet, Jungkook called Taehyung, surprising him, and they meet in the small cave. He really wants to escape from this worst situation, and he will do that. So also for Taehyung is arrogant and rude to the people who ever enter his life, but he is not the type of person one who forces himself on others. He just take Cookie on the day because Cookie being disrespectful. Jungkook is waiting for the arrogant man with a poker face. Taehyung came inside in his suit and with a face mask, gaining everyone's attention. He directly wants towards Jungkook and sit in front of him as he removed his mask. Here, Cookie eyes stuck on the handsome man, but he shook his head and said, JK, what do you want to talk, Mr. Kim? Are you here because of your grandmother cookie? Speak with a better voice. T. Look, kid, just reject me as I can't do it. I will talk with your parents. You shouldn't have to marry. I will take the blame. Cookie raised his brows, thinking with this man held while Taehyung have black face. JK, why you are the one who want to marry me, right, Mr. Kim? Said with confused face. Now, why are you? Rejecting me? Is this your new plan? Taekook said, listen, you don't want this marriage, right? Then let me talk. Cookie think for a second. I really can't believe these parents. It's better to set his own independence. Jake, I know your grandmother will look for someone. Why not marry me? On one condition. Cookie adjusted his glasses with teeth, nodded his like, told him to produce a proceed. I won't take your surname. You shouldn't meddle in my life, and I won't disturb your life. Think it's good idea. He don't wanna ask why. It's profitable for him, as he agreed. If his grandmother seen another person, what should he do? He be really so he accept the deal. Cookie stood up and followed his head as he act like a professional. Make tea, closed his eyes as cut. This is what he is thinking, but lastly T shook his hands, thinking they will be free from each other, but who knows that what will happen. They both got married in a private island. No one knows about the great. Kim Taehyung got married as Cookie is the university student, so it will affect his studies, so they keep it private. And he also don't want his relationship get published as they are going to separate anyway. This whatever they both are thinking. Mrs. Kim is still in treatment, fine, fighting for her life. Cookie shift his whole belongings to Kim Mansion. Taehyung and Jungkook don't talk if it's not necessary, even if they are result. When it time to kiss, they both shared a look and he told them to skip it. Everything settled in 1 week. Their usual routine. Cookie cooked for himself and Taehyung cooked for himself, both just being themselves without interfering other business, and they are really glad for that. Let's see what the time. It is now 7 p.m. Taehyung came inside with a trailing face. Their Cookie sitting in the sofa and writing something. He wore a loose t-shirt and short pant, and his hair tied in a bun, and his face looking a little serious while doing his work. Taehyung directly went to his room. And at the starting, it was weird for his to have something in the house, but it became habitual. He got freshened up and wore only pants, showing his fine abs and his tattoos. He came out wiping his hair in a white towel. He went to the kitchen and started to cook for himself while Cookie closed his laptop with a yam. He removed his glasses and wiped in his t-shirt. He again yawned. He should find his eyes spot on the man who is eating silently without making any noise, but his eyes stuck on his face. But he looked away. He couldn't. Lie, but that man is damn hot. Cookie went to his room after taking his belongings. He placed himself under the bed and he looked at his ring finger. His wedding ring is purple diamond one. He sighed while thinking about his life, and he have become the married to someone unknown man, but now he can't do anything and went to his dreamland. Next day Jungkook wear his baggy clothes and nearly combo hair, his heavy shoulder bag filled with books, and his glasses for the fine clothes. Fine touch. He come down to make his breakfast, and yet Hung already left from his offices. That man is vampire what working like a manic. But he shook his head. Won't want to think about the man anymore. Cookie opened the fridge as he sighted with a bottle of alcohol with different names. Amount of his view make him sigh again. He is really alcoholic and Workaholic too. After having breakfast, Cookie left to his university by the bus as he didn't want cars. First day is waiting for Cookie. He went to his class. Many of them don't look at his side as they all didn't like him because of his net look. His professor neatly called him and another boy who is looking hella petty with his innocent leg named Chunky, and he is the Cookie's classmate. Eric have a stern look and throw few sheets in front of Cookie and Chunky. Cookie get angry, but he didn't show his face while Chunky tried up making Eric feel pity, make whole class feel bad for him. Eric walked home. These two papers have some mistakes and same marks, and this is your recent exam results. Cookie thrown a look at Chunky who is crying and blaming Jungkook, but he didn't care. Tell me, Jungkook, you are the one who copied Junkie paper, right? Junkie, sir, I didn't do anything. He is the one who believe me, make Cookie roll his eyes and please believe me, sir. Jackie, what about he will write again paper? Prepare a hard question this time, then he will know who copies. Cookie speak with a little harsh, making that angry Henrik. Why again you will copy Jungkook? Henrik scoffed as he really hate this boy attitude here. Cookie gritted his teeth. I know you are the one who did this, right, Jackie? Do you have any proof, sir? Yes. You simply accusing me. Jungkook shouted at him. Make Henrik call his parents. How can you say that I am the one who copy his paper? Henrik, don't you have manner? First you cheated and speak rudely with me. This is how your parents raise you. You don't even know how to talk with your teacher. Jungkook before he completed Cookie hold his collar as he have a bad temper, Mac. Everyone gets shocked by his action. Jackie, don't make me want to punch you. Roasted Cookie glow while Eric and Junkie wait and they raise Eric. How dare you wait and see? I will make you dismiss. Henrik tried to poke a hand from his collar, but he can't do that. Within 10 minutes, Namju come inside with a tensed face. He saw Cookie is glaring at Henrik, who is swimming in anger. He went to Henrik and said, Anji, I am his father, Kim Namjoon. So Henrik told everything to June, who have blame expression as he had some extra to that. Then heck, you are doing Jungkook. Why are you always get in trouble? Don't I said don't do anything stupid. You are never listen to me. Why Namjoon scolded Cookie, who closed his eyes without speaking anything to prove his. Innocence. While Namjoon apologized to Henrik, Jungkook already left the class. RM tried to hold Cookie hands, but he and left, leaving upset John. Not only that, few seniors again tried to bully him, so he broke their nose, and he again stand in the principal room with a frustrated look. While the heck, everyone attacking him today. The principal left him with a warning as he not mistaken. Jungkook felt so bad for the first time. He felt vulnerable and no one is either there with him and believe him. His father also didn't believe him very strong, but today false accusations on him and his dad disturbed and the senior tried to provoke him. Everything is too much to handle. Cookie went to his house and threw his bag on the sofa. He didn't notice Taehyung, who is making coffee for me himself. Tea look. At the figure who slammed the door with a thud but sipped his coffee and went to his room with evil smith. The next day, Jungkook walking into the corner, he had minimum of sounds around the university. He saw how many students watching something in the phone with a horror look. Cookie went to the library and saw the old lady who is working there. He asked her what happened, why everyone is looking at their phone. Jackie, grandma, what happened here? The lady looked at him. Why, son, don't you know the video of Eric and the boy Jungkook kissing each other went viral? Cooking widened his eyes, and their sex video in the Henrik office was also leaked. Not only the few more seniors Students got expelled for the same unknown reason. Why? Don't know what happened to them, but Eric get beaten up so badly. Cookie made went blank like what the but a small smile came to his life after so many years, and you can clearly say it's genuine. He didn't buy the bot, someone did for him, but he shook his head thinking, who will do this to him? No one, as his own family didn't protect him, then how can anyone will do something for him? The thought of someone did for make him feel so special. He looked deep breath and left from there. Jack, Boss, why don't you say you were the one who doing for him? Said while looking at his boss. Lee, who looking at Cookie with adore and lovely eyes as he looked at Jack. Lee, I didn't want him make uncomfortable, but I am not the one who did this. Who is the person saying my love? Whoever, I have to find out and make Cookie Mini as soon as possible, or someone will come between us.